The bride was already sitting at the loom. So who was tied up in the tree outside? An old man and an old woman lived at the foot of the mountains. They were poor, and they were kind, and they had no children. One morning the old woman went down to the river to wash, and something came around the bend in the water towards her. A melon. But no melon in the world grows that big. It turned in the current, pale and heavy, and bumped against her knees. She carried it home in both arms, and they set it down on the floor and looked at it for a long time. Then the old man brought his knife and cut it, and the melon opened, and inside, curled up and sleeping, was a baby girl. They called her Urikohime, the melon princess, and they raised her as their own daughter. She grew up gentle and beautiful, and she could weave. Cloth came off her loom so fine that people came from other villages just to see it. Word of her traveled, and one day a young lord sent word that he wished to marry her, and it was agreed, and a day was set. The morning before the wedding, the old couple had to go into town to fetch the wedding clothes. At the door the old woman turned round and said it twice, "Open this door to nobody. No matter what it says. Not for anything." So Urikohime sat down at her loom, and the house was quiet, and there was nothing in it but the sound of the shuttle. Then something spoke at the door, in a sweet small voice, and asked her to open it. She said she could not. And the voice said, "Then just a crack. Just enough that I can see your face while we talk." So she opened it a crack, and a long grey finger came through the gap, and hooked itself around the frame. The door went back with a crash, and the demon Amanojaku stood in the doorway, grinning at her. It dragged her out into the yard, and tied her fast to the persimmon tree, high up where the leaves hid her. Then it took her white and pale green kimono, and put it on, and went back into the house. It sat down at her loom, and worked the shuttle with its claws, and waited. The old couple came home with the wedding clothes, and the thing at the loom turned its face to them and smiled, and they almost did not know. Then the Lord's people came up the road with banners and a red lacquered palanquin, and the false bride was helped inside, and the curtain was lowered. The procession set off, and as it came under the persimmon tree in the yard, a bird in the branches began to cry out, over and over. Everybody stopped and looked up, and there, tied in the tree above their heads, was the real Urikohime. The curtain of the palanquin was pulled back, and the thing inside it was seen for what it was, and it went over the fence and up the mountain and did not come back. They cut her down, and the wedding went ahead that same day. And ever since, in that country, people tell their children, never open the door to a voice you do not know. Like, comment, subscribe, and watch the next tale.